Okay, this time I'm here to talk to you about how you're going to turn in finished projects for your digital art courses. The main reason we want you to understand that we have an expectation on this is because computer is like a gigantic file cabinet. You understand the concept of the folder holding the contents, but naming the contents appropriately as well as the folders appropriately makes it easier to organize items, find items, and recognize them by simply looking at their file name. So what you will be doing for your projects for me is naming projects using this format. F last name is this first part. F is your first initial. Last name, it's pretty much understood. An underscore. Spaces are not recommended in the project names. And then whatever the actual project name is, you would be putting that here. So for example, in 9th grade, you did an Islamic tile project. So project name would be Islamic tile or Islamic mosque. After that project name, there is a suffix, something like a .doc if it's a Word file, a PDF, a PSD. Those are added automatically to the file when you create it. You should never be changing those file names by typing something else in. You cannot turn a Word document into a PDF by typing that. Choose it from the proper selection area when you're choosing the Save As from the menu. Never change it by typing something different. So let's take a look here at a particular project. This is a student piece of work, but we're going to pretend that it's mine for the time being. Right now, you can see that this is called Some Project. Very vague, very unclear. If I were the student, it would be hard for me to receive credit because it doesn't identify me, nor clearly explain what the project is. From looking at both the suffix here and the layers and the name of the program we are in, we know this is a Photoshop project. It has multiple layers. Those layers are all individual, and we want to keep those when we save this as a Photoshop document. I'm going to go to the File menu. I'm going to choose Save As. I'm going to keep it on the desktop, and as you'll notice from a previous video, I am logged in locally. I've connected to the server to access my account. I've copied this project to the desktop, but now I need to have it appropriate to turn in. So instead of Some Project, I'll go with my first initial and my last name, underscore, and this is supposed to be a digital collage. Since it's on the computer and in Photoshop, digital is already implied, so I'll keep the word collage. To my desktop, notice the PSD is there already, format Photoshop, PSD. Save. I'll say OK to this. And in just a moment over here, now we can see De Havilland Collage PSD. I'm OK to close this. I'm not finished. All I've done is created that file name correctly. Now I need to turn it in. So I'm going to click on the desktop. You'll see that Photoshop disappeared. I'm now in the Finder menu bar. We choose Go. We choose Connect to Server. From here, we're now going to choose the Common server, common.latinschool.org, and connect. And I am going to pause for a moment. Let's try that one more time. We'll go to Go. We'll go to Connect to Server, Common, Connect. And right here is actually the class I want that project to be turned in. You can see there are a number here listed. They are all in alphabetical order. When I click OK, if you have the proper permissions, a folder will open. I will take the correct project, drag it into that window. You will see that it's copying over. Once you see that the project has copied over, you're done here. You can close that window. You can see how that exists here. I will go back to the other folder, take my finished project, put it in my personal account. Actually, I'm going to put that on my desktop. So you can see I have a finished copy of the project. A copy of the project has been turned in over the network to the instructor and the class folder. At this point, I can take these two projects, place them in the trash, and I can also then take these two networks that I am connected to and eject to disconnect from them. And as soon as we see these disappear, you'll know that it's okay for you to log out of the computer and pretty much be done with your project. There's one, there's two. There you go, all set.